TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
TravelWise podcast in Italy, in Milan in fact, and at Monza racetrack. And I've been summoned there, not for the F1 racing, but by the boss. Yes, have a listen. The boss being, of course, Bruce Springsteen, and a mega sold-out show alongside the Monza racetrack. F1 racing and Bruce Springsteen here at this famous autodrome.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
A brilliant show indeed from the boss, Bruce Springsteen. Now, for this visit to Italy, I decided to stay in the historical town of Bergamo. Just about 1 hour by train to Milan. Easy to get around, in fact, by train, public transport. And location of the show with the boss, Monza, about 40 minutes.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard.
The TravelWise Vignette, a new feature where I offer a brief look, you could say a snapshot of a special destination. And this time, yes, it's the delightful historical town of Bergamo. I've come to the tourist info point by the railway station, a modern looking building, quite appropriate because there's a lot of modern buildings in the city. So Elizabeth, tell us about, first of all, this is a very special year in terms of Bergamo being the cultural capital for Italy. What can we expect?
What can you expect? Good question. Well, the city has many tourists this year, many more than in the past few years, in fact, especially if you consider the period of time when we had the COVID, the pandemic, so it was horrible. It's a particular city because it is divided into two parts, so that's really a peculiarity for Bergamo. Being, consistent of the new town, which is the part where we are now, and the old town, which is the historical part. Many interesting buildings.
I can tell you, we've been here 2 days. First day, we climbed all the steps to the old town because the queue for the rail,
for the funicular
was so long. So it was wet, it was cloudy, so the temperature was good, but it was quite a climb up there.
The funicular is really another characteristic of Bergamo, so very much loved by the tourists. That's why you have a queue quite often, especially at the weekend, but this year also during the week, I have to say.
Yeah, up there, the cobbled streets were wonderful, especially sort of shining in the rain with the water on it. And so many restaurants and cafes.
There is a peculiar atmosphere in the old town, which goes back to the period of time also when Bergamo was under the Venetian domination, which lasted 400 years almost. So from the end of the from the beginning of the 15th century until the end of the 18th century, when the French soldiers arrived.
Oh, right, okay. So a lot of history. You want more history? Come here, speak to Elizabeth, or go up to the old town and do a walking tour, I guess. Now, here is the Bergamo. Is that the correct pronunciation?
You have to pronounce it Bergamo. So the stress is on the first syllable, Bergamo.
Bergamo, okay.
Bergamo,
okay. So two parts, old and new, where we are with the new. What can we find in the new part?
In the new part, well, if you like, for example, paintings, we have our art gallery, which is called Accademia Carrara, consisting of 2 floors, just reopened January this year for Capital of Culture. The first floor has a wide collection of paintings, including some Titian, Raphael, etc., dating, going back from the 15th until the 19th century.
You have so much information to pass on, so we have a short period of time. Food, cuisine, what are the particular dishes?
Casoncelli are our local ravioli, so it's a filled pasta. Which you can only find in Bergamo, and you eat it with Parmesan cheese, crispy bacon, crispy sage, and of course a lot of melted butter.
Okay, we're going to try that later on. And a good centre for exploring. I'm exploring today. I'm going to go to one of the lakes, Lake Ineos.
We have,
what's it, sir?
Here in the area we have Lake Iseo.
Lake Iseo going to.
And Lake Garda.
Right, so I'm going to go.
Lake Iseo is famous now all over the world because of the island Monte Isola, which is placed in the middle of the lake, and where it was possible to walk in 2016, thanks to Cristo, the artist who made this floating pier
Elizabeth,
from the inland to the island.
So much information. That's about 1 hour away, and it's €5 on the bus each way. So that's an easy way of getting around, the train service, the bus service. And I'm going to ask you one thing. You have a new airline flying in from Dubai, Fly Dubai, which is very...
The airport.
Yeah, the airport.
The airport
So that's good for you.
Yes, it is called Orio al Serio, and it is the third biggest airport in Italy. I've been working there for 2 years, so I know quite well.
And having Fly Dubai coming in is going to bring visitors from the Middle East. That's good news for you.
Right, yes, that's right.
Good.
And we have 14 million passengers every year.
Wow.
In Orio. So.
Well, lovely talking to you. I wish we had more time.
You should have told me that there was an interview, an official interview for the
radio.
It's not official,
it's relaxed and everything.
Okay, yeah.
Really good, fantastic. Going to catch the bus now up to the lake. So
Okay,
thank
right.
you very much.
How do you pronounce, the pasta dish with the crispy bacon and
Casoncelli.
Casoncelli. Yeah, I've got this one. Yeah,
but here, this is small, and you find it. You have a meat inside.
Okay.
And for the vegetarians, we have the scarpinoch.
Okay.
Just a sec. Okay, you have casoncelli and scarpinoch.
Okay, lovely.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Grazie.
Okay,
Grazie.
great. Thank you.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard.
Talking there with Elizabeth Campanini at the Across Bergamo Tourist Office. And if you'd like more information on what to do, where to go, shows, events, art, of course, as mentioned, and, of course, cuisine, visit their website. It's www.acrossbergamo.com. That's www.acrossbergamo.com. I'm Phil Blizzard with TravelWise News, Views and Interviews. I look forward to joining you soon. And if you would like to have a podcast production for your organisation, do get in touch with me. Drop me an email, philblizzardmedia@gmail.com.
A Phil Blizzard radio production. TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.